Hello, all you beautiful people of this beautiful planet. Welcome to League on Lock and yet another, likely the final preview show ahead of the 2019 World Championship, because we are only a couple of days removed from the group stage actually kicking off. We have the world's anthem or song in Phoenix here. We're all ready to go. All that's left is make your picks, fill out your pick'ems. Who is going to be the world champion? We will be covering all that today. And the first thing we want to look at before we pick who's going to win the entire event, we got to kind of look at just the regions as a whole. Who is the strongest region coming into this event? As we know, 2018 was all about the LCK's disappointment and not living up to the incredible precedent that they have set in World Championships since season 2, basically, and it was the LPL's year. EU is dominating everything, well, specifically G2 dominating it in 2019. But for this tournament, the three strongest teams, when you add them all together, it is definitely coming out of Korea. It is definitely the LCK. I think all three of the teams coming from there have a legit shot at vying for the title, and I think they just clearly sent the three strongest teams from the region. The case could probably still be made for other ones as well. I mean, EU, they probably sent their three strongest teams. Splice is just a clear cut below the other two. North America sent their three strongest teams, but it's North America, let's be honest there. And the LPL, you could maybe say that top eSports should be here ahead of someone else. They might be stronger if they're talking about overall representing the LPL. But I think there's no doubt in my mind that when you're combining all three squads, the strongest region will be Korea, and I expect all three of them, all three teams, to get through the group stage and at least reach top 8. I think if any of them don't make it, it would be a disappointment and a bit of an upset or a surprise. Actually, definitely an upset if one of these guys don't make it to the top 8. I would be absolutely shocked if we see a repeat of Gen G going 1-5 in the group stage. I don't think any of these teams have that in them. Even if the mental goes completely boom for Griffin and Damwon, I can't see them only coming away with one single win in the group stage. That would be absolutely insane. So in the stacked pool of talent, I think the LCK is the strongest region overall. That being said, everybody knows there's three main favorites coming into this event. It's obviously SKT, Fun plus Phoenix, and G2, the champions from the three strongest regions in the world. And typically at these world championships, there's usually one huge favorite, whether it was SKT during their dynasty last year, KT, Rolster, or RNG were the huge favorites. So much so that if you're talking about betting odds pre-tournament, it was honestly a discussion whether you pick RNG or KT versus the field, meaning every other team at the tournament. Who are you more confident in? There's no way you can make that argument here for this World Championship. Are you taking SKT even over the other 15 teams combined to win the entire event? No way. Same goes for G2 or Fun plus Phoenix. Yes, those are the three big favorites, and probably any one of those three are going to be your safest bets to win the entire World Championship. Out of those three, I feel like Fun plus might be a slight tier below G2 or SKT, just because the pedigree is there for SKT, even though it's really only there for Faker and Mata when it comes to World Championships. The other members of the roster have not showed up at the international stage or have not been to this level of the international stage. And Fun plus, it's the same with them. All five players have not really had the chance to showcase themselves on this big of a stage, but these are going to be your three big favorites, and I think taking any one of them is a somewhat safe bet. I would probably rank them SKT, G2, Fun plus in terms of most likely, or who I would be picking to win the entire event from those three favorites. But if I am making my pick for this World Championship, which I'm about to do, it's outside of those top three. It is one of the biggest dark horses here. It's not Invictus Gaming running through and getting that back-to-back championship. It is the team that had to go through the play-ins, and they are fully equipped with that play-in buff, meaning they are already warmed up for this entire tournament. I'm talking about Damwon Gaming from the LCK. We have seen the incredible ceiling. Actually, we haven't seen the full ceiling. We've seen the potential that this team can put out on the Rift when they are firing at all cylinders and all 5 players are performing at a high level. Obviously, the stars, without a doubt, are the solo laners here. And listen, we saw the Shy and Rookie do this just last year at the tournament where they completely obliterated the competition. The meta is a little different here in 2019, but it's still very much about your solo laners being able to hard carry through this entire tournament, and Damwon is definitely capable of that. I know there's not much international experience, really none for them, save for now the play-in stage, and people might say they didn't even dominate as much as you were expecting in the play-in stage. But remember, I mean, past years, the play-in stage, as long as you get through, it doesn't matter. C9, 1 game away from being eliminated, they go all the way to the semifinals. Damwon, for the most part, still completely dominate that play-in stage. They dropped 1 lone game to low-key eSports and then progressively dominated even harder each game after that before they eventually won 3 in a row to close that series out. So I don't think the mental boom issue is going to be there because they already have that momentum from the play-in stage. And you heard after they went 4-0 in the group stage, I think Showmaker said they were playing at 20% or something of their full power. So if that's 20%, I would be pretty terrified. I don't know if that's actually the case, but I think the meta is suited perfectly for Damwon. People are going to say that bot lane is a huge weakness for them, but they definitely looked a lot better towards the end of that play-in stage. And the beauty of the meta right now is, as we're seeing and we're going to talk about a little bit later, the bot lane picks are so flexible that you could hide a lot of your weaknesses with just picking some insane either Mage's bot lane, Garen, Yuumi in the bottom lane, or just incredibly safe picks where you will not be a huge liability. And if you're getting 4-man Dove in the bottom lane, well, Nuggery and Showmaker are probably both running Kleptomancy and going to completely obliterate the competition and just be so far ahead from those runes that it won't even matter if the bot lane is that far behind. If you got Damwon, or if I have Damwon winning the World Championship, that means the MVP has got to go to somebody on that squad. And you know it's going to be one of Nuggery or Showmaker. I think, assuming that I'm correct, which, you know, it's a bit of a spicy pick that Damwon wins, I think Showmaker's the guy who will be standing out in front. We know that Nuggery might have a higher ceiling than him even, but there are those games where he dies without reason and he gets caught out a lot. He plays hyper aggressive, as is the top lane carry way and tradition. I think Showmaker is the more consistent carry, and he still absolutely has that extreme pop-off potential. We've seen him do it throughout the LCK. We saw him dominate in a lot of these play-ins matchups. Now, it didn't happen in playoffs against Faker, but he has taken down the very best LCK mids that the league has to offer. So I absolutely think if Damwon is going to be the team running through the entire tournament, that Showmaker will absolutely be at the forefront and take home those MVP honors. Not to say that Nuggery won't have his own insane performances where you're left questioning, is this guy really the best top laner in the entire world? Just the fact that, yes, it's a little off the grid, this pick, but the fact that it's not that insane to pick someone like Damwon, even somebody maybe Fnatic as kind of a dark horse to run through the entire tournament, maybe get to the finals, maybe even take home the cup itself, that's something we haven't really had at previous World Championships, because there has been that clear-cut 1 to 2 favorites that anyone outside of them, if you pick them to win, you are absolutely insane. There are the big 3, again, as we already talked about, but there are these outside picks, these dark horses that could run it back the whole way. So Damwon got them going the distance. I think they finished first in that group ahead of Team Liquid, and you know you want to get that coveted first seed so that your quarterfinal matchup is that much easier. And I think if they're playing at their best, they can take any team in this tournament in a best-of-5 series.